This is Spirit FM 89.9.
Spirit FM 89.9. The statements and opinions of the following program are of the anchors and do not necessarily reflect the opinion or official stand of the station.
The next 2 hours of radio programming is a live remote broadcast originating from the Ateneo de Davao University, Jacinto campus, synced to the only Catholic radio station in Davao City. This is Ateneo Voices in 89.9 Spirit FM.
Good morning, magandang umaga, may buntag Metro, Davao, and neighboring cities, municipalities, and provinces here in Mindanao. Sa makusab, may buntag kayo tanan and welcome sa atuang programang Usapang Al Qalam, only here at Ateneo Voices, 99.9 Spirit FM. Good morning kading tanan, no? And welcome sa atuang January 17, 2024 episode sa weekly radio program of the Al Qalam Institute of the for Islamic Identities and Dialogue in Southeast Asia of the Ateneo de Davao University. Kauban gyapon ninyo karong adlaw nga Miyerkules, again January 17, 2024, ang inyong kausap kada Miyerkules from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Kaniloy Lucina Angon, ang Deputy Executive Director sa Al Qalam Institute. Makasab daghan king salamat sa itong mga kanunay na nagasuporta atong programa pinaagi sa atuang mga radyo o sa tuang mga nagatutok kanato kanunay pinaagi sa tuang Facebook Live na makitaan sa Facebook page sa DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM-Davao o sa Facebook page sa Ateneo Voices 89.9 Spirit FM. Check by 10:15 in the morning. Kumusta ka mo? Atong mga sukinting paminaw, taga-suporta sa lain-lain na mga programa sa Ateneo Voices o sa lain-lain po na mga programa sa itong pinalanggang estasyon, ang DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM. No, daghang salamat. Ilabaganid no sa katong kanunay gyud nagasuporta sa tuang mga programa, no, basta alas 10 sa buntag hangtod alas 12 sa udto kada Lunes hangtod Sabado, lain-lain na mga programa, lain-lain na mga opisina diri sa Ateneo de Davao ang nagapaningkamot nga mo-offer kaninyo og lain-lain na mga programa ug kada Miyerkules atong madunggan ang atong programa Usapang Al Qalam, wherein we are able to discuss different initiatives not just by the Ateneo de Davao University but also our other stakeholders, local and international, who contributes to the in a way, no, is aligned to the mission and vision of the university, the mission and vision of the institute, especially our mandate, and specifically contributing to intra and interfaith dialogue, to peace building and peace education, and on preventing and countering violent extremism. Karon lang mga kaisunan as live kita karon no sa atong programa. Actually nako karon diri sa Manila because I am I was sent here in Manila together with our executive director to attend a conference no representing the Ateneo de Davao University, and nag-extend lang tagamay no tungod kay kita po doon kada biyahe gyud ato diri sa Manila nagapaningkamot gyud kita nga ma-maximize kini ato ang presensya diri para kita po makipaghinabi no makipag-engage and to discuss potential collaborations and future programs with our local and international partners. And alhamdulillah, no, we are blessed no sa nilabay na mga adlaw at doon nagkikita yung mga nakihinabi na mga pipila na to mga existing and mga new partners. Inshallah, karong hapon na kaisunan will meet 2 more of our potential new partners na mamasibi na itong makauban sa itong pagpaningkamot sa itong mga lain-lain na mga programa para sa atuang mga communities in Mindanao. Hilabi na gayon diya sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao. Kumusta ka mo atong mga kausap, no? Karong adlaw sa kanunay nato na programa magsugod dito sa pagpasalamat kayo no, sa oportunidad na gihatag kanato sa ato ang administrators sa Ateneo Davao University na karon ginapangunahan na sa ato ang University President Father Karel SN1, the Society of Jesus, and the rest of our Jesuit communities. Good morning po, fathers, and thank you very much for being very supportive to the initiatives of the Al Qalam Institute, no. Ang ato ang for sure sa dagan na ating paminaw sa itong programa o sa itong radyo o sa itong live nagatana sa itong Facebook live, for sure aware ka mo no, na bago lamang no, last week lamang na nagkaroon ng official na gid no, na investiture program sa ato ang bagong university president diri sa Ateneo. But actually his term already started last year September I think September 15 of 2023. No, but ang yung official investigation just happened early last week, no, in Ateneo Davao University, with the presence of a lot of stakeholders, both from different sectors, from the religious, from the government, from the development partners, and in fact, ang atuang executive director, Dato Mussolini Sinsuat Lidasan, was requested by the organizing team to lead the Muslim prayer during the said investiture program. No? So after the mass, then there was the investiture program, and part of the preliminaries are the interfaith prayer, and doon ay mga naisa ka estudyante nga lumad o atong executive director ang nag-facility ay nagkuan sa atong Muslim prayer, and then there was a Jesuit priest who handled naman the Christian prayer. So because that is really important to emphasize, because nagapaningkamot og padayon gayon nagapaningkamot ang Ateneo Davao University to provide a lot of platforms to be able to be inclusive to the different sectors of the society here in Mindanao, and atong gina-recognize na most of it are Christians, Moros, and indigenous peoples, or ang atong mga lumad. Mo nang sa atong kanunay na pagpaningkamot na naging sila sa atong mga programa. And speaking of administrators, no, dili pod kini posible atong programa without our partners in ICOMP and in DXGN, and labaw gayud no sa responsibilidad na gihatag kanako, no, sa trust and confidence na gihatag kanako since 2018. I'm not yet a full-time staff of the institute, but I was already given the responsibility, no, and the opportunity to handle this program since 2018. No, hindi ko na maalala nung buwan ba. Nagsimula ako as part of the program host of this program. Alhamdulillah, no, lampas 5 years na rin po. Ako na po ang nag-handle ng programang ito, no, ng Usapang Al Qalam. Labaw na nagapasalamat kita sa itong mga kanunay na nagasupport na kanato sa itong programa, kanunay na nagapaminaw kanato, kanunay na nag-share sa ato ang nag-like, nag-comment, nag-share sa atong Facebook live no busa, no, kanunay gyapon ako mag-encourage kaninyo kung ano na kami mga importante na mga mensahe, mga greetings ay mga importante sa inyong kinabuhi, ano na mga importante na mga selebrasyon, ano na ba kami mga komento sa ato ang mga pag-istoryahan karong adlaw makaigsuunan, ayo pagduwa-duha na magkomento sa itong Facebook Live. Again, pakita lang ninyo itong Facebook Live na makitaan sa Facebook page sa DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM-Davao and sa Ateneo Voices at 89.9 Spirit FM-Davao. O kanitong Facebook Live usab atong ipag-share sa atong official Facebook page. Pangitaan lang ninyo sa Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. So kaniya to ang Facebook Live atong ipag-share ito. O again, ayaw ka mapagduwa doon na magkomento o atong paningkamutan na pagbabasahon ng inyong mga komento, mga feedback itong programa karong adlaw, mga greetings, no, itong paningkamutan na pagbabasahon ka na later on sa itong pagpadayon sa itong programa karong adlaw. Speaking of karong adlaw, mga igsuunan, maliban sa itong usual na mga segments, no, we will still be having our usual segments. O ang karong adlaw, mga igsuunan, no, we will very, very much blessed also na siya alagid, no, well, she confirmed already to be with us this morning sa itong programa. We are blessed because we will be joined by a very young and empowered leader po of our times right now. And in fact, she's also an alumnus of the Ateneo, of the Ateneo Davao University. And karon she is currently connected to a very significant non-governmental organization based in Davao, who's also, but I believe, not just based in Davao, but has been engaging with different concerns on conflict and peace building all throughout, not just in Mindanao, not just in the Philippines, but even in the ASEAN region, no? And I think and beyond, in the south na mga engagement, which is the Initiatives of International Dialogue. So aduna katay bisita later on sa ato ang segment na Salam Peace of Interviews na maoy mag-share kinato sa ato ang dahilan nung anong natin diri sa Manila, because they invited us Tumus and I, for the Al Qalam and other stakeholders were able to attend, no? And we'll talk about more of kanitong gatawag na recommitment to the Bangsamoro peace process, no? And it was organized by the Principles for Peace, no, and its different organizations and consortium, including IID, or the Initiatives for International Dialogue. Kung katong mas mailhan kung kinsa kining ilang mga kaubanan sa ilang consortium in introducing the Principles for Peace and for trying their best to provide a platform to gather all, no, and not all naman, many stakeholders of the Bangsamoro peace process recently here in Manila. And inshallah, that commitment ceremony will cascade a strong message that not just for the GPH and the MILF, but different stakeholders will continue to commit in supporting and sustaining the gains of the peace process. Mga kaigsunan, isa lamang na sa itong mga angin atangan, sa itong programa karong adlaw, no? At nagyan pa na itong segment na Chronic Versioning and Reflection, kauban ng atuang Ateneo Islamic Studies Department. We also have our Bangsamoro in Focus, which will be highlighting some of the updates in the Bangsamoro Muslim Mindanao o uban pa na ang atong atangan sa itong programa. For the meantime, mubalik pa ang atong programang Usapang Al Qalam, all here at Ateneo Voices 89.9 Spirit FM.
Davao Security and Investigation Agency Incorporated is now immediately hiring security guards. Male at least 5'6", female at least 5'5" in height, 18 to 35 years old. Apply now at Dasha, located at Escador Building, corner Juan Luna and Damaso Suasu Streets, Davao City. For more details, call 227-4768. See you there.
Ocean Resort. It's not just about picnics, outings, and swimming. Mer Grande also offers packages for wedding receptions, debut, baptismal, birthday, seminars, and conferences. To find out more, call us at 298-4100 or 298-4101. You can also visit our website at www.mergrande.com. Mer Grande Ocean Resort, Alomo, Davao City.
Busy pa rin ba sa work? Baka naman wala ka ng time para sa kanila, sa mga anak mo, para sa pamilya. Sila ang dahilan sa sakripisyo, di ba? Di pahalagahan mo sila. Now na, ako ang iyong konsensya. Isang paalala mula sa stasyon na tunay na nagmamahal sa iyo. 89.9 Spirit FM. Spirit FM 89.9.
Spirit FM. Kauban gyapon ninyo inyong kausap Ken Lloyd Lucina Angon of the Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. Time check po, it's 10:27 in the morning sa makasab may buntag kaninyong tanan. O daghang kayong salamat sa mga kanunay nagapaminaw sa mga radyo diha, no? O mga kanunay nagasupport sa ito pinaagis itong Facebook Live sa DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM Davao. And speaking of nagasupport na kanato atong ginapasalamatan ng atuang mga nag-like na sa itong official Facebook Live, no? Sa itong Facebook page na sina Ma'am Lizelle Licera, si Ma'am Lizelle Licera, Presi Dulay Doblado, si Ma'am Judy Marie Gores Mituon, o si Ma'am Rex Gaspel. Salamat ka rin Ma'am Lizelle, Ma'am Presi, Ma'am Judy, and Ma'am Rex sa inyong pag-support sa inyong simple na pag-like sa itong Facebook Live. Ang nagigid na mo kamo i-recognize kung tungod ka na ang inyong manifestation sa inyong pag-suporta sa itong programa karong adlaw. Daghan kayong salamat. More than your likes and shares, you also encourage you again na mag-comment sa itong Facebook Live atong panikamutan na pagabasahon o ang inyong mga komento na mga greetings sa mga importante na mga celebration karong panahon na atong panikamutan na pagabasahon kana. Ug labaw na nagapasalamat kita sa itong mga paminaw, sa ilang mga panimalay, sa mga sakyanan, sa ilang mga opisina, wherever you are, makaisunan, nagapaminaw sa itong programa, daghang kayong salamat. O labi na kayo sa itong makaisunan sa Muslim, Assalamualaikum kaninyong mga tumating paminaw. Ug kanong speaking of kaisunan ng mga Muslim, importante na sa itong mga tigpaminaw, sa mga bag-o lamang na nakaduog sa itong programa. Kini itong programa, is being spearheaded by the Islamic Institute of the Ateneo Davao University. Sa ato ang mga pakabalo, ang Ateneo Davao, even though it is a Catholic Jesuit University, gitabangan kita sa itong mga lain-lain na mga stakeholders, na makadevelop kita ang AB Islamic Studies Curriculum in Ateneo Davao, which we started offering in 2014. Alhamdulillah na natin upat, at least 4 graduates, set of graduates na nakahuman sa itong programa, o majority kanila nag-work sa lain-lain ng mga institution supporting the different tracks of the AB Islamic Studies. Most of them nag-work sa mga different ministries in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Union Muslim Mindanao. Ang uban nagatudlo ng mga DepEd teacher, ang uban mga madaris teacher, mga Sharia lawyer, mga halal industry practitioners, and even entrepreneurs. Kung dalipay kita natungod ka na itong programa, atong ginapaningkamutan sa na-promote po kitong programa Usapang Al Qalam. Kani ato ang AB Islamic Studies Minor in Education. With the ongoing enrollment right now, we encourage ito mga tigpaminaw na ato ang aduna at mga kaigsuonan din ng mga Muslim. If you think your student, if gusto ninyo na pa-eskwelawan yung mga anak o AB Islamic Studies Minor in Education, yes po, ang ato ang mga graduates itong AB Islamic Studies will be able to take the board exam, licensure examination for teachers with Social Studies major, BSN. O particular sa ilang curriculum. So, hindi na kailangan mag-take professional education subjects tungod kay particular sa curriculum o more than passing, graduating to the program, you're qualified already, inshallah, to take the licensure exam for teachers. So, mo nang advantage ato ang AB Islamic Studies program here in Ateneo. And I think sa tibuok Davao City, kita lang po nang nag-o-offer ng mga programa. And in fact, sa tibuok Pilipinas, sa tanan lain-lain ng mga Ateneos, we are the only offering this AB Islamic Studies Minor in Education. And well, usually, it is being offered in the every first sem, kasi second sem na po ngayon. But inshallah, sa itong mga nagtigpaminaw diha na mga Muslim brothers and sisters sa mga ginikanan, mga mga kaka diha nga nasal natin mga manghud, mga anak na or mga apo na mga naay potential na pwede po dapat mahimong mga scholars sa itong Islamic Studies. Feel free na dili magduwa-duwa na reach out sa mga sa Al Qalam Institute. O if ever qualified man ang bata, we will find ways to help to be able to access different scholarship programs. Well, sa Al Qalam, we really have the parang kumbaga leeway in recommendation for the Islamic Studies, but we can also assess for Muslim interested Muslim students to take to be able to get scholarship programs in different programs of Ateneo. But again, it's still subject to the approval of the scholarship committee. But at least na yung mga institusyon sa Ateneo Davao na makatabang kaninyo to be able to access in support in this application. So inshallah, balay natin po ang inyong mga anak, inyong mga apo, mga pagumangpon, makaskaila po diri sa Ateneo Davao and maka-avail sa mga different scholarship programs. And speaking of the Islamic Studies program, kini atong ako nag-share tungod atong next segment is the Quranic Verse Reading and Reflection. Kini nga segment atong in partnership with the AB Islamic Studies Department of the Ateneo Davao University and the Ateneo Islamic Studies Students Association. We've been working on this segment since I take over the program. Tungod kay atong ginapaningkamutan na kini atong programa is also a platform for the formation of our listeners and viewers, Muslim and non-Muslim, to be able to understand and reflect on the teachings of Islam. Na to ma-realize na many of these teachings are actually still similar to what is being taught in other religions. And importante na kani atong way for us to promote inter-interfaith dialogue at the same time to promote social cohesion and human fraternity. Mga nakadalaw makaigsuuna na itong madunggan ang another recorded video message ni sharing sa ato ang Islamic Studies Department sa itong atong segment na Quranic verse reading and reflection. Atong paminawon ang department chairperson sa Islamic Studies Department wala lain kundi si Sir Sultan Upon.
Assalamualaikum. Ang kalinaw maanaan ninyong tanan, labi na sa atong mga suking tigpaminaw. Naanapod ta karon sa atong programa nga pamalandong gikan sa tudlo ug kaalam sa relihiyong Islam. Kita nga mga tao pirmi mulihok or muhimo og mga butang samtang buhi pa. Labi na kung kusgan pa. Tungod kay mulihok jud or muhimo og bisag unsa nga butang ang tawo, naghatag ang Islam og giya para malampuson ang mga butang nga pagahimuon. Adunay mga dua or ampo nga gitudlo ang propeta Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam para makuha ang blessing sa Allah ug malampuson ang paghimo sa kabutang. Ang uban aning mga ampua mubo, ang uban pud taas. Dugang niini lingwahe sa mga Arabo ang gamit, although pwede man ang bisag unsa nga lingwahe. Unsa may mga basic nga ginabuhat sa tawo? Mukaon, matulog, malibang, mangihi, or musulod sa banyo, musulod, mugawas sa balay, magistorya, magmeeting, paandar sa kyanan, or musakay, pakighilawas sa magtiayon o guban pa. Kinitanan, adunay mga ampo nga gitudlo ang propeta Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam nga angay litukon bag-o buhaton. Kay lagi ang uban taas ug usahay maglisod og litok kay lingwahe man sa Arabo, ang paglitok og bismillah or bismillahirrahmanirrahim pwede na or sapat na ingon pa sa mga Tagalog. Susama sa giingon sa propeta nga lituka ang bismillah kung mukaon ka. Gamit ang tuo nga kamot sa pagkaon ug kan-a ang unsay naa sa imong duol. Ato lang iklaro nga ang paglitok og bismillahirrahmanirrahim rekomendado sa mga butang nga limpyo or maayo. Dili pwede litukon samtang nalibang or nangihi. Before ka mosulod sa banyo, rekomendado nga litukon ang bismillah apan dili pwede litukon kung naana ka sa sulod sa banyo. Dili lang sa takutob, maningkamot ang tanan nga atong malitok ang bismillah bag-o nato sugdan ang atong mga bulhaton, insyaallah.
Shukran, Sir Sultan Upon, the Department Chairperson of the Islamic Studies Department of the Ateneo de Davao University. Sa imong kanina na pag-nag-uban ka natin itong programa Usapang Al Qalam, pinaagi sa ato ang segment na Quranic Verse Reading and Reflection. No, this episode, no, we shared this recorded video po ng ating pong Department Chairperson because it's important to highlight no na this is a reminder for us no na regardless of our religion, it's important to reach out to our, for example, our God, no, on everything that we do. Sa itong kanunay na sa itong adlaw na kinabuhi, sa masking unsa man atong mga endeavors, we reach out. Sa atong pagising, magpasalamat kita. Sa ato ang pagkaon, magpasalamat kita. Sa atong mga challenges, atong gipong pasalamatan, nagapangay kita ang pasalamat sa paggiya kanato nung nakita makasurpass ning atong mga challenges na gina-encounter sa matag adlaw. Sa ato ang mga meetings, di ba? Bago tayo mag-meeting, sa itong klase, sa nagapaningkamot nga mag-ampo. No? And as mentioned also, no, dagay na yung mga ampo na tag-as, na memorize, na pa yung mga pag-ampo nga na naagi na language na ginagamit. But it's also important as highlighted by Sir Pun, no, nga ang atong pag-reach out sa Ginoo, atong komunikasyon sa atong Ginoo can be of different languages and different actions. At ang importante sa atong pag-reach out sa atong Ginoo, pagsalig kaniya, nga sa maski unsa man na atong pagpaningkamot, itang giyahan towards the right path. Muna nga ito ang gihat i-share kaninyo tungod kay sa ito ang pagpadayon sa pagsugod sa itong tuig. No, importante kita na ma-enlighten kita, no, tagan kitang panahon na mag-reflect sa itong kinabuhi. We are given an opportunity every day, no, na mahimo kitang instrumento sa Ginoo, and hope and pray na kita atong i-maximize kiniya sa opportunity to really be a blessing to other people. And we hope and pray na sa itong pagpaminaw sa itong programa Karungan Lawa, this is also a blessing to you, shared by Sir Pon and the Al Qalam Institute, and hopefully magamit ninyo kaning adlaw for us to be productive, whatever roles we are going to portray Karungan Lawa. Kung ganyan atong segment na Quranic Verse Reading and Reflection, and we shall now proceed with the next segment atong tawag na Al Qalam in Action. Kaning Al Qalam in Action sa itong mga bago lang naminaw sa mga kani atong segment wherein atong gina-share ang atong mga recent engagements sa Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo Davao University. Kaning na segment, we're going to update you kung sa man ang mga lain-lain na mga pagpaningkamot sa Al Qalam Institute, whatever it is na ilahang ginapaningkamutan na ginabuhat sa ang lain-lain na mga programa na ginabuhat nato sa lain-lain na mga engagement nato locally sa Mindanao and also in Manila and even international tungod kay kita pod naga-engage sa lain-lain na mga stakeholders for us to contribute again to inter-interfaith dialogue, to peace building, to peace education and preventing and countering violent extremism. Mo nang kaadlaw magsuon itong segment na Quranic Verse Reading, sa ito ang segment na Al Qalam in Action, we'll be sharing to you some of the recent na mga engagements sa Al Qalam Institute. Una-una na ito ang the recent meeting na naganap po between the Al Qalam Institute and the HWPL. Yung HWPL po ay ang tinatawag na Heavenly Culture and World Peace Restoration of Light or HWPL Philippines. Dahil po nung January 5, 2023, dalawa po sa opisyal ng Heavenly Culture, the World Peace Restoration of Light or HWPL Philippines ay bumisita po sa opisina ng Al Qalam Institute. Sila po ay sina Ma'am Nicole Ann Lopez na siyang National Coordinator for Alliance of Religion and si Miss Cristel Marie Benafe, the Coordinator of the HWPL Philippines sa aming pong Al Qalam Conference Room. At na-meet po nila doon ang ating pong Executive Director at kasama po ako doon sa ating exchanges. Wherein we discussed ang mga potential collaborations na pwede pong magawa ng HWPL Philippines at ng Al Qalam Institute, primarily po doon sa kanilang newly launched na Religious Peace Academy. We saw po na when it was recently launched and it was introduced to Al Qalam, especially to Natomus when he was still in Cotabato. They had several engagements in Cotabato. Na-realize po na Natomus na we can explore how we can contribute to maximizing these resources, free resources of understanding religious peace, peace in the perspective of various religions. And they are offering they're offering a free learning tools through the Religious Peace Academy in Mindanao. And this was launched recently in August, and ngayong pong January 29 ay ilo-launch po nila ulit ang magkakaroon din po ng engagement with different partners po doon sa Cotabato para mas maparami pa po ang mga ma-engage, including mga academic institutions, NGO-POs, religious leaders, para mas maintindihan natin ang different perspective of peace in the lens of different religions in the world. At ito po ay through mga recorded na mga lectures at the same time mga assessments na pwede pong makabenefit ang maraming stakeholders, lalo na po ang kabataan at mga guro at ating mga religious leaders po and mga workers in the civil society and non-governmental organizations. Inshallah po, this coming 29, kami po din po ay inimatahan nila na maging bahagi din po ng kanilang programa ngayong darating na January 29 dyan po sa Cotabato City. So we thank po Ms. Nicole and to Ma'am si Ma'am Cristel for dropping by the Al Qalam Institute last January 5, and inshallah we'll see each other again dyan po sa Cotabato City para po sa gaganapin ng programa ngayong January 29, 2024. Pangalawa naman po ay ang series of meetings din po na alhamdulillah ay naganap po dito sa Ateneo, ay dito po sa Manila sa tulong po ng ating mga partners and collaborators. Pero bago po pala yung bago yung ating mga meetings ay again po inimitahan po ang Al Qalam Institute to take part in the Principles for Peace Recommitment Ceremony for sustaining on the Bangsamoro Peace Process na constituency na inorganize po ng Principles for Peace at ng consortium po nito. At we'll get to know more ito pong ginanap na recommitment ceremony in our next segment po later on after the break. We'll talk about itong Peace for Peace na gathering na converge po ang mga different stakeholders mula po sa iba't ibang sektor na engage po in the Bangsamoro peace process. So we will get to know more of that with our guest later on sa ating segment sa Lamp PCB interviews. So I'll jump to the recent meetings po na naganap dito po. I was blessed to be able to meet one, to visit the Ateneo School of Government po in the Ateneo de Manila University last Monday po yan. I was able to meet Dean Philip Randy po of the ASOG, and then Sir Nizam Pabil na isang program sa mga official po ng ASOG na nag-handle ng Bangsamoro kanilang peace initiative po. This is their BARM portfolio, and this is where all of the programs of the ASOG under that benefited and will continue to benefit the Bangsamoro communities. We conducted this meeting to be able to explore how Al Qalam Institute, as of course as a fellow Ateneo Institute, be able to contribute to this initiative of the Ateneo School of Government. And alhamdulillah, we were able to identify specific areas of collaboration, and maliban doon sa 29 na event ng HWPL ay meron din pong ilo-launch din po itong bagong proyekto po ng ASOC, ang BARM, Participate BARM, which will be launched on January 30. At yun din po ang aabangan natin na gagawin. Punta rin po kami ng Cotabato to be able to represent also the Ateneo-Davao University para po sa gaganaping Participate BARM. It's actually a significant project po na i-implement po ng ASOG, and inshallah po ang Al Qalam Institute will be able to contribute to the implementation of the same, and especially it is also relevant to what we're doing in the Al Qalam Institute. Pangalawa po doon, nagkaroon din po tayo ng oportunidad na mabisita din po ang Philippine Center for Islam and Democracy, dyan naman po sa UP Diliman, at we are also blessed to be able to meet po Attorney Salma Pir Rasul. Siya po ang program director po ng PICID, ang Philippine Center for Islam and Democracy. At ito pong meeting na ito ay naganap po, made possible because of the support ng ating pong, I believe, he's now the program officer of PICID, si Rafat, ang ating pong Rafat, na isa po sa ating mga active young leaders in the BARM. Specifically, he's from Gindulungan in Maguindanao del Sur, na-train din po natin through our project with the New Zealand Embassy on the Project Prime Champs, on MSMEs and young entrepreneurs po na na-train po natin. And alhamdulillah, siya ngayon po ay nandito na po sa Manila at isa sa mga nasa diaspora po natin, but continuously still supporting the Bangsamoro peace process, now being part of PICID. And we were also able to explore how we can work together. At the same time, it was also an opportunity for us to be also guided sa further development din po ng Islamic Studies program ng Ateneo Davao. Kahapon naman po ay hindi po yung Lunes, kahapon naman po ay nagkaroon tayo ng meeting with our partner, the GSEF, Global Community Engagement and Resilience Fund, through Attorney Jennifer Buwan, ang National Advisor. We leveled off yung ating mga concerns with regard to the last project we had. And we discussed also the possibility of we can also implement another project with the support of GSERF. And hopefully within the year, we will be able to apply for the next round, inshallah, in the cycle, kung may lalabas na kanilang call for proposals, and yung ng mga senior din natin ng mga opportunities, we will be able to apply also to continuously engage our different sectors, especially in the madaris and in the rural areas and traditional madaris. And lastly, last night po ay nagkaroon tayo ng opportunity to be able to have a meeting and a mentoring to understand more about climate action, environmental sustainability, and the peace-building nexus. With the help of our partners from the Climate Change Commission, si Engineer Ludwig Federigan, siya po ang isa sa mga chief po ng opisina ng Climate Change Commission, and a former staff of CCC and a very active advocate of the Youth Peace and Security Agenda po, or YPS Agenda, who's also passionate about climate action, environmental sustainability, and peace-building nexus. Si Brian naman po, ang ating brother Brian, na isang active youth leader mula Masbate, si Brian De Los Santos, na na-engage na rin po natin sa maraming activities po natin sa Al Qalam Institute. So yun po mga ilan lamang sa mga meetings, and we'll have more of these details naman po na i-upload namin sa social media ng Al Qalam Institute. Napapasalamat po tayo sa mga nakamiting po natin, but inshallah po we'll have more of these meetings, and hopefully hindi lang ito mga discussion but will be translated to actual programs and projects in Mindanao po, especially in the Bangsamoro region. Yan po ang ating two segments na Chronic Versing and Reflection and the Al Qalam in Action. For the meantime, we'll have a short break, at tamaya po magkakaroon na po tayo ng oportunidad na makasama yung ating Bisita mula po sa Initiative for International Dialogue in a segment na salang PCB interviews sa pagbalik sa tatong programang Usapang Al Qalam. Only at Ateneo Voice sa 89.9 Spirit FM.
Spirit FM.
Relax and have some fun. There is everything under the sun. And when the day turns into night, there is more to see under the lights. Dine with friends and your family. You can go fishing the whole day. Play golf on a sunny day. Swim in the pool or in the sea. Mer Grande, a place you call your own. Mer Grande, there's more than what you want. There's fun full of life, even in the night. Mer Grande Ocean Resort. Mer Grande Ocean
Mer Grande Ocean
Resort.
Resort. It's not just about picnics, outings, and swimming. Mer Grande also offers packages for wedding receptions, debut, baptismal, birthday seminars, and conferences. To find out more, call us at 298-4100 or 298-4101. You can also visit our website at www.mergrande.com.
Mer Grande.
Mer Grande Ocean Resort, Alomo, Davao City.
Rald, nakadungog ka sa Spirit FM? Murag, doon na to ilang panawagan o campaign man yata to? Katong piso para sa radyo? Piso para sa dyaryo?
Oo, Jen. Nadungog ko ka na. Ang tuyo ni ini mao ang paggahin og bisan sensilyo nga tinagpiso aron itabang sa estasyon DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM ug Davao Catholic Herald nga mantalaan.
Tuod, Rald, no? Pila raman in tawon ng piso nga sinsilyo atong igahin aron mulambo og makatabang taba sa pagmaintenar sa operasyon sa istasyon ug samantalaan sa Archdiocese nga Davao Catholic Herald.
Sakto gayud ka, Jen. Ang maong ministriya sa komunikasyon dako og ikatabang sa pagpalapnag sa maayong balita kay pinaagi sa pagsibya ug pagbasa samantalaan kita makakatun og dugang kaibalo sa atong pagtuo.
Tama ka, Rald, pero dili lamang ka na. Malingaw pa ka sa mga maanindot nga alawiton. Makatambong og santos nga misa inigdunay mga espesyal nga okasyon sa simbahan.
Correct, Jen. Masayod ka pa sa unsay mga panghitabo sa atong komunidad. GKK, simbahan, bisan sa gawa sa nasod, ug mga programang makadugang sa atong pagtulunan.
Ha? Dapat gyud natong suportahan ang panawagan nga piso para sa radyo, piso para sa dyaryo.
Mao nga tawag na dyan sa 297-1054 aron masayod kita kung unsay atong himuon.
Di ay ba? Mga importanteng impormasyon may tungod sa kasaysayan nga angayng hinunuman ng mga panglabayng hitabo, lugar o tao matag adlaw.
Pa, ang buot diay ipasabot sa doktor sa simbahang Katoliko matud pa sa among magtutudlo nga sila ang manggiitang mihubad sa kahulugan sa mga pagtulunan sa atong pagtuo.
Sakto kagayud, anak. Kay karong adlaw ang sumad sa natawhan sa usa ka Santo Papa nga nag-ila kang Santo Tomas Aquino nga magtutudlo kun doktor sa simbahan.
Kinsa man kana siya, pa?
Nataw si Santo Papa Pio V sumad karon Enero 17, 1504 sa nasod sa Italia. Nahimo siyang Santo Papa sa tuig 1566 hangtod siya namatay sa tuig 1572.
Unya pa, unsa may iyang mga nabuhat samtang siya Santo Papa?
Dako ang iyang papel panahon sa konsilyo sa Trento, diin gipaklaro niya ang rito nga gigamit sa simbahang Katoliko Romano.
Di ay ba?
Atong pasalamatan ang atong DIBA Mission Partners, Mrs. Maria Lourdes Tanod-Tanod, Aimelin Lumbayon, Jean Sobiaco, Thelma Ceballes, Serena Go, Eugene ug Jeanette.
Spirit FM 89.9.
At 89.9 Spirit FM. Time check po, it's 10:53 in the morning. Sa makasadagan kong salamat sa kanunay na pagsuporta sa itong programang Usapang Al Qalam, the weekly radio program of the Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. Kauban gyapon ninyong kausap kada Miyerkules from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Kennedy Lusing na angon of the Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. Sa papalain mga kaigsuunan, siya na proceed with our next segment na tuwang ginatawag na Salam Piece of View Interviews. Kaya itong segment na Salam Piece of View Interviews is an opportunity for us to provide a platform with our, not just with our internal stakeholders in Ateneo de Davao University, but also our external stakeholders who are with us in our different commitments and different initiatives towards peace education, peace building, interfaith dialogue, and preventing, countering violent extremism, and especially those who are with us in contributing towards the achievement and in sustaining the gains of the peace process. Muna karoon lang, mga kaigsuunan, makauban na sa programang Usapang Al Qalam, no? Very proud po kayo ni na atenista, no? Dahil siya nag-graduate po sa Ateneo de Davao University. And we'll get to know more at sa itong bisita. Wala laing kundi ang program officer sa Initiatives for International Dialogue. More known siya as Jai, but her full name is Jones Janelle Capio. So, hopefully tama akong pagka-pronounce sa name, no? But again, welcome sa programa, Jai. Welcome sa Usapang Al Qalam, and good morning.
Hi, Kenny. Thank you for having me. Yes, tama ka. Estocapio siya.
Again, good morning. Thank you very much for accepting. Very busy po kayo, Nino, na young leader, no? But has a lot of responsibilities. But thank you very much for accepting our request to be part of our program. Karong adlaw nga ato ang mapaminawan sa ato ang mga radyo karon, no? Sa DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM-Davao o sa ato ang Facebook Live sa DXGN 89.9 Spirit FM-Davao o sa Ateneo Voices na Facebook pages. And we also shared this Facebook Live sa official page sa Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. As mentioned, no, Garina, the reason why I'm here in Manila because I and Atumus and the rest of our stakeholders were invited to be part of this event organized by the P4P. We're in or the Principles for Peace, and ang Initiatives for International Dialogue plays a very vital role, no, in pushing for the different activities of the P4P here in the Philippines. O atong gi-request si Jai, no, to be able to share to us this and let us understand briefly, no, in this program. For sure dili good enough ang isa ka segment nor the more episode, no, to explain all of these things, but at least a glimpse of what is P4P, who are engaged in the P4P, sino-sinong mga sektor ang mga ni-reach out ng P4P at in its working in consortium at kung bakit nila ito ginagawa. Yan ang pang ating pag-uusapan. Pero bago tayo doon sa part na yun, it's important, at least just like whoever we invite in the program, mas importante na mas mailan po nato ang atuang mga bisita. Earlier I mentioned na nakagraduate po si Jai, no, sa Ateneo. But more than that, our host, no, significant po kaya ang role niya sa ilang NGO. That is why let us to know more about our guest, no. So Jai, briefly, no, mas magandang sa iyo mismo yung para walang fake news at walang wrong information na i-share ko, no. Baka briefly, baka pwedeng i-share naman ng ating bisita po, no, si Jai, ang kanyang background, so you can share about your educational background, as mentioned, ano yung program mo na tinapos sa Ateneo, and currently what are your designation and engagements as a young professional. Go ahead.
Okay, so I actually graduated for my undergrad. It's in MSU, Mindanao State University in General Santos City. I graduated Bachelor of Arts in History back in 2016, so that's a while back na. And what I actually work in Ateneo is a college instructor, but my master is also taken in
working
Ateneo.
Pala, not study, nag-study.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for enlightening me, for correcting me. Yung pala, a former instructor pala of the university. So,
yeah. Former ngayon lang. Kasi this is the first sem since 2018 na I'm not teaching anymore. So I'm part of the Political Science and History Department. Back when I was still teaching, I was teaching Mindanao history, gender and politics, migration. So a lot of subject, mainly in political science. and social science subjects. So yun, I was teaching for 5 years in Ateneo since 2018. But because of the Principles for Peace and other portfolio that I am handling and initiatives for international dialogue in IID, I need to take a step back kasi medyo mahirap din if pipilitin natin na kayanin yung mga binibigay sa atin kung may kung may maapektuhan talaga. So I needed to take a step back because I cannot fully commit in teaching because Principles for Peace, as you know, we need to travel a lot.
Yes.
So yun, that is what I've been up to lately. So ngayong January lang, first time ko, medyo nami-miss ko na nga magturo, but we need to actually make some sacrifices for this
priorities. Kasi we all, nakatawan lang yung natin, puhunan sa mga engagements natin. So, choose our battles na lang muna. Kasi mahirap na. But anyways, thank you again for accepting our invitation. And I apologize, mali pa yun. Sabi na ako ng fake news kanina. Kaya nga magandang sa'yo talagang galing yung informasyon. I apologize for that. But again, nagturo po siya kasi talagang, kahit yung presence po namin sa P4P was also because you worked also before in Ateneo and very much close with our different faculty members and also have been engaged also with different activities. So yun po ang personal background ni Ms. Jai po of the IID. Siguro briefly din, na-mention mo na yung IID. Sino ba? Ano ba ang IID? Briefly siguro in a few salient features ng IID at kung saan ba nakabase ang IID at ano ba ang mga general programs na ini-implement ng IID and saan ba? So sino, ano at saan ba nag-implement ng mga programs ang IID?
Okay, sige. I think I need to tell you a story on how I actually was able to join IID. Still related in Ateneo. So aside from teaching in Ateneo, I was also working closely with the University Community Engagement and Advocacy Council.
Yes.
So that's USIC. So I was working with Sir Beleno for Blue Vote. So he was my mentor back then. And then we were actually working close.
I think na wala po ang connection ni Ms. Jai po, but nevertheless, we're trying our best to address this connectivity challenge na ating pong bisita. Hopefully po, sa kanya na side, nag-post din ako kasi ito at sa akin po yung problema. Again, we're still encountering these technicalities, but thankful pa rin po sa inyong kanunay na pagtutok sa itong programang Usapang Al Qalam. Ayan, na-confirm na po natin na talagang nagkaroon lang ng signal challenge yung ating pong bisita. Na-post lang po siya ng sandali sa kanyang pagsagot po doon sa ating pending question earlier. Nawala ka ng konti, Jai, I thought ako yung nawala.
Oo nga. Yes.
But ayun, thank you.
Nawala. Okay, just a quick recap.
Sige, go ahead. So share about IID.
Saan ba ako nawala?
Doon na nag-start kayo sharing about IID.
Yes. So I met Gus back in 2018, last election, if I'm not mistaken. So I met Gus during 2018, and that is for Pinili I, because it's one of the advocacies that IID is actually doing. So IID is an advocacy, peace building, and solidarity organization that is based in the Philippines, but our campaigns and our programs are actually in Southeast Asia. So we mainly work on conflict prevention, of course, pursuing democracy, and it's a solidarity organization. So it's our main theme is bridging people, building peace. So as you can see, if you have noticed in Principles for Peace, it's what we mainly do. Having constituencies, having the sectors in one room to actually move forward and to push forward for the Bangsamoro peace process. So yes, that is mainly what IID is. It's hard to actually explain it, but that's what I can share for now.
We have been working also with IID. We have been involved with IID sa different din ng mga networks natin, no? We're part of the same network with the GIZ, with our partners from Germany. We also with the same network working with different also efforts with GSurf, no? And we're yung existing na network na yun, no? We also work with together, supporting each other in our different initiatives. So we're blessed to also work with Sir Gus and the rest of the team in different platforms naman yan. And yun, ang IID is based in Davao. We have an office in Davao. And as mentioned, ng mga programs niya all throughout Southeast Asia. But you're also a very strong NGO working for the Bangsamoro peace process, no? Even since then. No? At kaya maganda na talaga ma-engage din po kayo ng mga different stakeholders. Mag-focus tayo ngayon Jai, sa P4P. Ano ang P4P? No? So, para at least sa mga paminaw nato karon na mas nasabtan nila. Kung sa maning principles for peace, no, again, it is a highlight. Kung tanaw na to ato mga activities previously, lagi mga parts sa technical kaayo, but to make it simply, parang share mo nga kung ano itong principles for peace at bakit ito inintroduce dito sa Pilipinas.
Okay, so I will try my best. I will give you a little information of what principles for peace. But Ken, I also have someone with me right now who can actually explain further what P4P is, and that is my program manager 21, which I will be giving him this later on. If you say yes, if you agree.
Sure, of course.
So, yes. Principles for Peace is it's a foundation. It's a foundation based in Geneva. It's a global participatory initiative that was developed to set up a new principles and standards that could fundamentally reshape the peace processes and a chart for lasting peace. So this is around the globe as well. So it was a 2-year process by which they tried to develop a mechanism and a set of new principles na makakatulong sa atin. It's a mechanism that they are offering that could help us actually reflect on our own peace process. And napili nila yung Bangsamoro kasi napakaganda daw because of the constituencies within Bangsamoro. So they were able to actually choose it and see if our mechanism that they're offering could actually be used as well. Pero syempre nakadepende siya sa constituencies natin sa Bangsamoro. But there are more informations I think that Tuan can give you.
Sure. We will be very much happy to have Tuan also join us in the program. No? Siguro briefly, we can start with what are the principles for peace? Siguro we can start with that, Tuan. No? Ano ba? What are the different principles for peace? No? And primarily out of these principles for peace, how can we be able to kumbaga cascade it in the Bangsamoro peace process perspective naman? Again, thank you, Tuan, for joining the program.
Thanks, Kenny. Hi to millions of listeners and viewers around the world for this program. Thanks, Kenny, for having us. It's a pleasure with you always. Tuan, Vietnamese national based in Davao with IID. So I'll share more about P4P. As Kenny might even actually say better than I do because he's the participant of many of our P4P activities. So I think taking a step back and I already mentioned about what P4P Foundation stand for, what it is. I think the principles of peace is a set of 8 principles, including solidarity, subsidiarity, legitimacy, pluralism, accountable security, and so on and so on. And the sets of principles come from the need of having a set of principles, of frameworks for building works around the world globally. Because in the words of Hiba Kasas, the ED of P4P, it's the Wild West out there when it comes to peace building. It's really that when donors, international organizations, local organizations work on peace building, they simply lack a common framework to coordinate. So they might speak of different things using the same words, or thinking that they share the same principles, but they in fact don't. So that's on the global scale. P4P collaborate with IID inside Gulf, GZO Peace Institute, work with the Bangsamoro peace process in the Philippines, because around the world, peace process don't last very long. And just a statistic fact, and therefore I think the first thing that we need to stress is that P4P and we look at the Bangsamoro peace process as a success story for the world, and to share for the world, and therefore we're here to take stock and learn from the Bangsamoro peace process and share what makes it succeed, and how can we sustain the success of the Bangsamoro peace process. The second is reflecting on why peace processes fail. It is because the voices of the people on the ground of different constituents do not reach the ears that they need to reach through a process that is locally led, but institutionally framed and internationally guaranteed. And that's why people works with local organizations based in Mindanao, such as IID. And that's the kind of give and take that P4P with IID is framing this engagement in Mindanao, that it's giving words, sharing solidarity with other peace process and conflict zones, and also giving what we can to the P4P, for the Bangsamoro peace process and for the Mindanao people.
And thank you very much, Tuan, for giving more details of what are some of the 8 principles for peace, and giving us more perspective on how can this be, how significant this is, not just for the Philippines, but also for different parts of the world, and also highlighting that indeed we are very blessed about the peace process that we have in the Bangsamoro communities, and we hope to continuously contribute to that. For sure, we'll have more of the discussions about P4P. For the meantime, Tuan and also Jai, in this program, we'll have a short break lang muna. We'll have a short break for the meantime, but we'll get to know more about the recent event that we had in the Hyatt, Grand Hyatt in Manila. Later, we'll have a short break lang muna. Mabalik pa ang atong programa ng Usapang Al Qalam, only here at Ateneo Voices, 89.9 Spirit FM.
Spirit FM.
Uy, si Jen man kini. Tawon ko. Jen!
Uy, ikaw din na Rod.
Maayo kay nagkita ta. Imbitahon unta tikag merienda. Diri sa may lamesa aron magkakumustahi kita. Kumusta naman? Nag-aalaga gihapon ka sa simbahan?
Siyempre naman Rod, kay mauman ka ng akong kalipay. Ug by the way Rod, naa kami project nga gitawag og Fund for Fun to Read the Bible.
Murag maka-intriga lagi ka na nga project da. Unsa man ka na? Bible lady ka na di ay? Wow!
Kumidya kagihapon lang. Kini nga proyekto, mao ang pagpangita og mga sponsors aron makapalit kami og Biblia nga among ipanghatag sa mga kabus nga mga GKK nga hangtod karon wala pa gayud makapalit og Biblia tungod sa ilang kakabus.
Uy, mao ba? Kaluoy pud nila no? Kay giingon ra ba ni San Jeronimo, ang ignorante sa Biblia, ignorante usab mahitungod kang Kristo. Kung mauday ka na, ang una kong sweldo ni ining akong gihimong project, mauy akong i-share alang ni anak nga Fund for Fun to Read a Bible nga proyekto.
Wow! Kaayo ni Ana Rald. Maayo na lang yun nga nagkita ta karon. Ug unya pag yun karong February 19 ngadto sa 22 at dunay pagabuhatong Catholic National Bible Workshop.
Tinuod ka? Interesado ko ni Ana da. Kay dugay-dugay na usab akong buot nga moapil ni anang mga kalihukan sa simbahan. Asa man kinihimo
Sa Royal Mandaya Hotel, J. Palma Hill Street, dinhira sa Davao. Maayon ta kung makatambong ka kay nangita ra ba kami usab og mga Youth Bible Apostolate members aron mutabang sa kalihukan didto.
Sige, mutambong ko. Hay, maayo na lang jud Jen nga nagkita ta karon. Kay kun wala, wa jud ko'y may buloan, may tungod sa dagan sa atong simbahan karon. Salamat kaayo Jen ha.
Sige Rald, kita ta dito ha.
Gusto mga higala, mingon sa San Jeronimo, ang ignorante sa Biblia, ignorante usab mahitungod kang Kristo. Busa, nining bulan sa Enero, gisaulog nato ang bulan sa Biblia aron sa pagpahinumdum ka nato sa pagpabalaan sa kaugalingon, pinaagi sa pag-ila kang Kristo o sa iyang mga gitudlo og labaw sa tanan kung giunsa kita niya pagluwas, pinaagi sa iyang kinabuhi, pag-antos, kamatayon ug pagkabanhaw. Pahinumdum, adunay National Bible Workshop karong Pebrero 19 hangtod 22 nga pagahimuon dito sa Mandaya Hotel, Palma Hill Street, Davao City. Gipasiugda kini sa Bible Apostolate Commission dinhi sa Pilipinas.
Ocean Resort. It's not just about picnics, outings, and swimming. Mer Grande also offers packages for wedding receptions, debut, baptismal, birthday seminars, and conferences. To find out more, call us at 298-4100 or 298-4101. You can also visit our website at www.mergrande.com. Mer Grande Ocean Resort, Alomo, Davao City.
Marcos 3, versikulo 4. Unya, iyang gipangutana ang mga tao. Unsabay gitugot sa atong balaod nga angay buhaton sa adlawng igpapahulay. Ang pagdabang ba o ang pagdaot? Ang pagluwas ba sa kinabuhi sa tao o ang pagpatay? Apan wala sila mutubag. Pamalandong. Si Santo Papa Francisco miingon, ang taha sa simbahan dili lang ang paghimo og mga moral ug pagtulon-an sa pagtuo, kundili ang pag-ayo ug paghatag og kadasig sa katawhan. Bisan pag masamdan ug magkabulingit ang simbahan sa iyang panaw, dakong kalipay niini ang pag-adto sa mga anaa sa kahilitan aron pagpangita sa mga nawala, mga naulahi ug sa mga gagmay balik ngadto sa Ginoo. Ikaw, andam ka ba nga mutabang pag-alim sa mga nasamdan? Pag-ampo, Ginoo, hatagi ako sa gahom sa pag-ayo sa uban, bisan pa man ug ako masamdan. Amen. Mga igsuon, isulti lamang ang mga pulong nga makaayo sa tao nga imong ikahibalag.
Kini nga pamalandong gisuportahan nila Engineer June and Evelyn Alegre Sardido and Family, Maha Opus and Family, Laverna Hills Multipurpose Cooperative, Diversion Road, Davao City, MQ Luia Kisa Pharma, Mr. and Mrs. Milet Quisido and Family, Miraflor Makiling and Family, ARSP Trading, Alejandro and Grace Adaptar and Family, PT Coco and Coffeeville Apartment Home, FS Palatino Industrial Corporation, Attorney Jan Reese J. Relampagos, Panabo City Mayor Jose Relampagos and Josephine Relampagos and Family, Mr. and Mrs. Alberto and Mary Lou Nasol and Family, Jerry Jojo Antes and Family, Holenaf Trading, Blue Boys Aqua Venture, El Rayo Parts and Hardware, RDL, ug Donum Day.
Spirit FM 89.9.
And we are back sa team programang Usapang Al Qalam, only here at Ateneo Voices 89.9 Spirit FM. Kabagya po yung kausap, Kennedy Lusing na Angon. of the Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. Time check po, it's 11:17 in the morning. Hindi kami gihapon mo sa ato ang segment na Salam PCV Interviews sa ato ang programang Usapang Al Qalam, the weekly radio program of the Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo de Davao University. Moving forward sa ito ang pakikinabi sa mga bisita, kauban gihapon si Jai. And if in case later on, Tuwan will also be joining us. Again, thank you very much for sharing more about the principles for peace. No? And sa ito ang social media accounts, Al Qalam will also be sharing more kung mga links on how you can understand further and how we can be able to benefit also on the principles for peace sa inyong mga local organizations here in Mindanao. Ang paray mga kaigsunan, shall now focus doon sa recently conducted na recommitment ceremony and consultations with different sectors na ginanap po dito po sa BGC. At I'm blessed nga po to be given a chance to be one of the delegates at the same time. Gaya na sabi ni Tuan, may third event with the P4P, from the launching to the consultations of the academic sector, then attending and was given also the opportunity to facilitate the youth sector consultation workshops during this gathering in BGC. So we would like to give a chance also to Jai to share to us the highlights of what recently happened and with what will be the next, kung meron naman ba, what will be yung highlights at saka what will be the next steps after this engagement in Manila.
Sige, thank you, Ken. It was actually your third event for P4P, and hopefully meron pang susunod in the next 2 years. Yes, more to go. Okay, so we had our recommitment ceremony on January 11, but our constituencies actually arrive on January 10. So yung ginawa natin on January 10 and January 11, it's actually a culmination of the series of consultation that we conducted back in November. Kasi yung main goal talaga ni P4P, yung mekanismong dala-dala niya, is natawag nating feedback loop mechanism. So si feedback loop mechanism, it's actually offering kumbaga system of communication for constituencies to actually communicate their key issues and their challenges, as well as kung paano ba sila pwedeng magtulungan para ma-realize natin yung promises ni CAB. So yun yung main goal niya. Of course, it's not just realizing the promises of CAB, but also reassessing kung may mga kailangan ba tayong idagdag, may mga kailangan ba tayong baguhin. So balik muna ako nung November. Kasi nung November, nag-conduct tayo ng 4 na constituency consultation. So we have TSO, we have IPs, we have Ustads and Ulamas, and we have Academe. Dito sa consultation na to, tinanong natin sila, ano ba yung mga key challenges nila para sa pagtaguyod ng normalization process ni Bangsamoro and the other tracks as well. So, dun sa 4 na yon, lumaki siya ng 6. Siyempre, papakinggan natin yung mga constituencies natin. And naalala ko, Ken, sa'yo galing yung idea na kailangan natin ipasok yung youth, diba? Yes. So, that's why, pagdating natin ng January 10, sinimulan na natin yung consultation natin with the youth.
Yes,
yun. So, we have youth and then we have women na dinagdag natin. So, dun sa consultations natin noong November and January 10, tinanong natin sila, can you hear me?
Yan, medyo nawawala ka lang ng konti, Zai, no? But as mentioned earlier
Hello, Ken?
As mentioned earlier, na meron na tayong additional na 2 sectors na women and youth, no? And we're also blessed to be able to contribute to the discussion na talagang bigyan sila ng oportunidad. Go ahead.
Very much, very much. So dun sa 6 natin na sectors, 6 natin na constituencies, tinanong namin sila, what can you actually pledge and commit to realize the promises of Bangsamoro? So yun, yung mga grupo na yun, yung 6 na yun, nakapag-develop sila ng their own commitment na pinakinggan ng iba't ibang sektor, iba't ibang constituencies and stakeholders pagkaumagahan noong January 11 na. So noong January 11, medyo nadagdagan tayo nun. So we have visitors from different embassies as well as members of the national government and BTA as well. So doon, nakita natin kung ano yung pledge na pwedeng ibigay ng ating constituencies, kung ano yung commitment nila, at the same time, the stakeholders as well. So we're very much happy with the participation of January 11 kasi napaka-energetic pa rin nung ating pagsuporta sa Bangsamoro. This is also coming from the January 11 last year na pagsuporta rin for the Bangsamoro.
Yes. Ayan, no? So, and speaking of the mga different commitments, no, yes, narinig ka namin, Jai, no? Klaro naman yung pagka-share mo na it was a conclusion of all the different consultations. And yes, we are with later on also sa segment na after our segment of interviewing you, I also be sharing the statement of the youth sector naman na nabuo din namin during the constituency workshops na doon sa in BGC. And at the same time, it's also important to highlight na talagang may presensya, no, na hindi lang ng ating the two panels, but also the significance na kasama rin natin yung hindi lang yung dalawang panels at ang international community, but even the local stakeholders, the local sectors. Kasi talagang it should be the works for the peace process is not only for both panels but also with the different sectors. Maliban nga doon, Jai, no, naalala ko din, no, maliban sa anim, we also were able to have commitments from the business sector, right, no, and the MSMEs, which is also significant kasi especially in Al Qalam, we always promote sustainability, no, kasi ang transition, this is a transition, and the funds allocated for transition will not be forever. So for us to continuously promote sustaining the gains of the peace process, we have to sustain also the economic development in the barn, and the presence and support of the business sector and the private sector is very much significant.
Tama, Ken. And we're really hoping na, of course, madadagdagan pa to constituencies natin and yung suporta natin para sa Bangsamoro. Lalong-lalo na coming from the business sector and the international community as well.
Yes, so this was a good platform. We met also na-reunite din kami sa aming mga partners from the local institutions and also with our funders na rin sa mga different projects natin. So it was also a meaningful experience to meet them again back na for quite some time. And siguro for the meantime, for us to end na rin, no, Jaina, and thank you again for sharing all the significant milestones na ginawa niyo for P4P. Again, for now to end our program, anong mga mechanism ba for our listeners and viewers to get to know more about P4P and IID? And siguro to end, baka meron ka din gustong i-acknowledge na mga people, your colleagues in IID and your partners in the P4P initiatives at sino pa mga sectors na gusto nyong i-acknowledge na been part of these programs. Please go ahead and also share your closing statements.
Okay, so for those who are interested to know more about Principles for Peace, you could visit their website, principlesforpeace.org. And for those who are interested to know more about IID, you could visit our Facebook page at IID Online. That's where we actually post a lot of our activities. So first, I would just want to congratulate the consortium in the Philippines that is partnering with the Principles for Peace Foundation, that's Insight Gov based in Manila, and that is also GZO. And of course, my team in IID have been working tirelessly since last July, and we're actually seeing a 2-more-year process, and we're hoping that our constituencies, especially Al Qalam, will be on board for this next 2 years activities. So siguro yung last ko lang is sana maalala natin na the peace journey of Bangsamoro goes beyond the signing. Kailangan pa rin natin pangalagaan and kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung suporta natin para sa kanya. Ito yung palagi ko sinasabi sa mga kagrupo ko. Yung Bangsamoro kasi hindi lang na siya ngayon para sa Pilipinas, hindi lang siya ngayon para sa Bangsamoro. It's also a learning process from the other Southeast Asian neighbors that we have. Kasi inaabangan din tayo, our friends from Southeast Asia and from Patani is really very much curious on how we actually do things in Bangsamoro kasi they also want to learn from us. So it's a hope not just for the Philippines, not just for Mindanao, but for Southeast Asia and even the globe as well. So I hope we could continue our support for the different constituencies. And yun, tuloy-tuloy lang. Malapit na yung ating upcoming election if matutuloy siya, and hoping it will actually continue. So we hope that we could also prepare our constituents in there. So yun, tuloy-tuloy na suporta and kita-kita tayo sa susunod na 2 taon, Kenny. And of course,
the next activities. Ayan. Once again po, thank you very much sa ating pong kasama ngayong araw po sa ating pong bisita. Once again, Zones Janelle Istocapio po, more known as Ms. Jai, of the Initiatives for International Dialogue. Maraming salamat again also to Sir Gas, Tuan, and the rest of the team na work together to make the event possible. Again, for the invitation, and for sure, we have started this from the launching, and we believe that it is appropriate to continuously work and contribute to introducing more and expanding the reach of the Principles for Peace and this initiative in supporting and sustaining the gains of the peace process. And we in the sector, kasi ako naman po I was also blessed by the opportunity to be selected by the youth sector participants to be the current convener of the youth network for the P4P in the Philippines. So inshallah po, we will also be engaging more with IID and the rest of the different organizations in realizing also our commitment in the youth sector po during the SEB workshop in Manila. Again po, maraming salamat kay Zai and kay Tuan and the rest of the IID for supporting us and allowing us to be part of the P4P in the Philippines. Maraming salamat also for finding time to be part of our program, and that ends ang ating pong segment na Salamat Piece of You interviews. Again, thank you Zai and ingat ka palagi. Amen. At that ends po ang ating pong segment na ating pong Salamat Piece of You interviews, and before we end also ang ating programa po na sa itong ating paminaw pananaw, alam mo to share lang po naging statement po ng aming youth network po na na-establish. It's a network composed of at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 organizations from different parts of the Bangsamoro region and in and out of the Bangsamoro region, and we would like to express this statement. The youth sector pledge: we, the Bangsamoro youth, commit to support the enactment of the Bangsamoro Youth and Welfare Code that caters the diverse needs and protects the welfare of the Bangsamoro youth, both within and outside of the region. Concurrently, youth organizations pledge to establish a network that will actively and collectively contribute to the political education for as medyo ganyan ni Jaya yung 2025 regional elections in the BARM, and facilitate the integration and implementation of the Bangsamoro Regional Action Plan on Youth, Peace, and Security in the local level through collaboration with Bangsamoro Youth Commission, Bangsamoro Youth Coordinating Council, and the local youth development councils. Inshallah po, sa tulong ng ating mga partners and collaborators in this network, specifically the Sala Movement of the Ateneo University, the SPMS Box United Youth Leaders, the Active Moro Alliance for Development Incorporated, the Responsible Youth Leaders Organization Railo, United Youth for Peace and Development Incorporated or UNIPAD, Youth for Peace Movement Buka Incorporated, the Salam, the Ateneo Muslim Society of the Ateneo University, the Reclaiming Marawi Movement for the youth sector, and the League of Active Young Leaders for Sustainable Development or LAYAM. Maraming salamat po again sa inyong pakikinig po sa itong programa. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagtutok sa itong programa. And we hope and pray doon na kita yung mga naibalaan na mga bago na po na impormasyon and na magagiya ka nato sa itong mga pang-adlaw-adlaw na kinabuhi. And also, you were able to get to know more about what we are doing in the Al Qalam Institute. And inshallah, sa mga interested po na makipag-collaborate sa Al Qalam, whichever factors, for example, for our mga scholarship programs, sa mga activities po ng Al Qalam, feel free po na mag-reach out sa amin through our social media accounts, especially po in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram, and also in YouTube. Hanapin niyo lang po Al Qalam Institute of the Ateneo Davao University. Before we end, allow me lang po to acknowledge ang atong mga likers. Ito ang Facebook Live pero madlawa. Ma'am Malu de la Rita, Sir Alejandro Lamusaw, Ma'am Fidela Maghanoy, Ma'am Eden Pagal Magsanay Alima, Ma'am Maribel Bantukilyo, Ma'am Noreen Zikera, Ma'am Lizel Licera, Ma'am Presi Dulay Dublado, Ma'am Judy Marie Gores Biton, and Ma'am Rex Gaspe. Daghang salamat sa inyong pagsuporta kung sa iyong pagtutok sa itong programa karong adlaw. And also appreciate din po yung apat na nag-share, mga nag-share po ng ating Facebook Live, especially sa itong colleague na si TJ, who also worked with us in our efforts in the Al Qalam Institute during the implementation of the Home Barn Project. Kumusta kayo dyan? And inshallah, when I go there in Cotabato in the next weeks, we'll see each other, mag-konting reunion naman tayo. Kita ito ang ating mga kasamahan dati sa Cotabato. And again po, nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong kanunay, sa inyong pagsuporta sa itong programa. And we hope and pray na makuban-uban ngayon punta sa mga musunod na mga episode. Before I end, I would like to greet akong pamilya, ang Marilyn, Papaluloy, Ate Chini, Kuya Jesse, akong manghod, akong pagmamangko na si Baby Ellie na mag-celebrate sa iyang birthday in the next weeks. Ako ang manghod na si Roy, ang asawa si Karen, akong mga pagmamangko na si Baby MK, and si Kuya Shosho, and the rest of our relatives sa Lucina o sa Anggon, daghan kaayong salamat. Sa kuwang mga partners and collaborators, especially sa itong mga organizations na Mindanao Youth Development Center Incorporated, na newly lang po re-elected as a member of the Local Youth Development Council of Davao City Government, and to our colleagues in the Sala Movement, the Azul Advocates for Sustainable Ligwasan, and the P4P Youth Sector Network. Daghang salamat sa inyong mga kanunay na pagsuporta o pagtutok sa itong programa. Again, mag-uban-uban gyapon tapon pohon. Inshallah sa ato ang mga live. Musunod pa na mga episode sa programa, mag-uban-uban gyapon sa mga musunod na mga Miyerkules ug kini gyapon ang inyong kauban, ang inyong kausap kada Miyerkules from 10 to 12 noon. Kini si Kenneth Gasinaangon of the Al Qalam Institute ug kini ang inyong programang Usapang Al Qalam. Only here at Ateneo Voices, 89.9 Spirit FM. Mag-amping kitang tanan.